In honor of Trey's memory, we ask that you join us in a loud unison, "We are the Ox."
We are! We are! We are! We are! We are! We are!
Hello again, sports fans. They are the Ox, and on the other side of the field, the Gettysburg Warriors getting ready for Friday night football here on October 23rd, 2020. Mark Whaley is here with the camera work and the technology, and I'm joined by two other Marks. We're going to give a full disclaimer. For the national anthem, we'll have to stop. I'm Jeff Cook, but to my far left, Mark Lookenbill, and to my immediate left, Mark Beans. Gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me,
Jeff. We have to do a disclaimer because this is an obvious conflict of interest. You try to avoid even the appearance of impropriety, so we'll be upfront about it. Mark Lookenbill, your son graduated last year, played for this Colonial team.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Mark Beans. Son Connor is the starting quarterback for the Colonials, so we're going to take you kind of inside the game, and let's talk about this. I got a lot of shout-outs to do, and we have several fine sponsors tonight, but you know, how many times have you heard a coach say it's not a rivalry until you beat somebody? And across the way, Gettysburg 29-1. The last time New Oxford beat Gettysburg was 1981. I was certainly around, and I guess how you guys were as well?
Well, I didn't grow up around here, so...
Yeah, but you were on this earth in 1981.
Yeah. So, but yeah, when my son had told me that stat, I was like, I was a little blown away by it like that, because I didn't realize it was that one-sided.
Well, here's a question I was thinking about. Coach Jason Warner, could he have been born since 1981? Is he 38, 39? So, you know, not even the coach was on earth the last time it happened. And New Oxford 4-0. Gettysburg, a little bloom off the rose with that loss to York Suburban, a team that New Oxford handled. We'll talk about that, but 3-1 still. I mean, the Ox controls their own destiny, not only for a league title, but also possibly for the playoffs. I think they're seeded, what, third or fourth right now?
Third right now.
Third. So, and power points with Gettysburg across the way based on, I guess, population. And so this would be a huge feather in their cap, and you know, you can't say enough about what Coach Warner has done, because we are, what, 2 years removed from 0-20? Back-to-back 0-10 seasons?
Correct.
Yes.
So talk about, Mark Lookenbill, what Coach Warner has brought to the program from your perspective.
Well, I think you know, the players have really bought into what Coach Warner's been trying to get across to them, and to build that school spirit, the Colonial spirit. And I think he's done a fantastic job of it. I know, you know, last year they lost a lot of good quality seniors, but he's, you know, continued right on, you know, being undefeated so far this year. So it's been a great job on his part.
Yeah, Mark Beans, care to amplify on that?
Yes, I guess that New Oxford, you know, those few years ago had a turning point where actually this senior class, they had to move up as freshmen. You know, so they didn't even play their own freshman season because of the numbers.
They were needed.
Yeah, so basically this senior class from then on, when Coach Warner took over, his number one goal, I know in talking to the parents and all that, was to get the numbers out. And, you know, he reached far and wide. He got kids that were playing all different types of sports that were athletes, and wanted to make it like an important thing to be a colonial football player. And like Mark has said, the kids bought in. Each year they got better. And now, you know, the kids believe. When you believe and you get a wins under your belt, you kind of look at it in a different mentality. So Coach Wonder's done a great job, and all the coaches, in getting those numbers out, you know, out for the program.
Well, yeah, last week's game was a real interesting case study on strategy and planning. You could tell those two teams that knew a lot about each other just from film and the availability of Huddle and all those other sites. But, you know, you could see right away, Gettysburg, they want to control the ball, control the clock, grind it out, move the chains, because they knew that, you know, that kid Brewer and Johnson, his receiver, they could just go deep at will, and 3 times the kid got beyond the secondary. And, you know, I'm sure that's something they don't want to let Connor Beans and his 2 gifted wideouts do today. They got to try to keep play in front of them. That's crucial, because Beans away. He's not afraid to put it down the field.
Yeah, I think New Oxford does a little bit more mixed here. They do study that film and try to take what the other team gives them, but I can assure you they're probably going to take a few shots tonight, as anyone probably would, because it looks like you might be able to get behind some of the defensive backs. So we'll see how it goes here.
And before we came on, you said a lot of people watch the game, so, you know, it's entertaining and you're doing some scouting at the same time. So the captains are out there at midfield. I want to give some shout-outs first to Goldenville Gal and I have a very fine son named Chad Cook, and tomorrow he's marrying a beautiful lady, Leanna Capito, and we're so pleased to have them here, and Leanna's parents, Jeff and Janet Capito, Uncle Mike, Aunt Lynn are here, sister Chelsea and her husband John DiCarlo, Owen DiCarlo, Aislinn DiCarlo, and my 2 brothers, Steve Cook and his wife Becky, and my brother Greg Cook. So Keith and Debbie Lawrenson will be arriving tomorrow. We're very excited. It was supposed to be a big festivities with 200 people, and now it's fewer than 20. But that's the way the world is now, right, gentlemen? You got to adapt.
Congratulations to
Thank you so much. And since we were here the last time, I guess they did have a slight increase in spectator limits.
Yes, they did, and I think basically they still gave, I believe, the seniors like 4 tickets, you know, so they can, you know, get more than just the parents and you know, a few relatives. So obviously that you can definitely tell tonight there's definitely been an increase in the number of fans, just because they were able to give out a few more tickets.
Some good seats still available across the way. Yeah, like what, 4 people over there.
Well, can you imagine if we weren't in Cova, you know, what this place would look like on a Friday night, and what's on the line tonight? I mean, that would be one great atmosphere.
It's tough enough to park as it is, but it would be really tough with a full visiting side. So hopefully fans are enjoying the game here on Community Media. We're channels 12 and 240 on your Comcast cable dial. Looks like the Warriors will get the ball first. And you can also get us via the internet, communitymedia.net, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and YouTube. So a lot of ways to. I understand if you don't watch it on cable, you watch it on one of those other platforms. It's in HD.
Please rise.
I doubt it.
No, it is. I'm telling you. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Members of the armed forces and veterans who are present but not in uniform to render the military salute as we honor this great nation with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Planets are out tonight: Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, and the moon. A beautiful half moon over Colonial Stadium. Does it have another name, or are the naming rights still available? I guess Colonial Stadium, that's what we're going with. Unless somebody corrects me. So, yeah, let's talk about our sponsors for tonight's game. Kenny's Marketplace, your friendly neighborhood McDonald's, Ketterman Electric, C.E. Williams, Franz Plumbing, Mr. G's, R&S Service Center, WellSpan Sports Medicine, and State Farm agent Mike Ball. Thank you, one and all. We're going to talk a lot about those fine sponsors throughout the telecast. Meantime, two receivers deep, and New Oxford's going to kick it off. I didn't see. Did they win the toss and defer?
I think they won the toss and just wanted to receive.
Yeah, they accepted it. So the Colonials will get the ball in the second half.
Yeah,
so
right.
they didn't defer. So
well, that fits right in with the strategy.
Exactly.
Doesn't it?
They want to control the ball first drive, take time off the clock.
They went 9 minutes with the possession and ended up in a field goal.
Exactly.
So that's what they're trying to do. You know, I've known Coach Heiser for a long time. This is Landon McGee from the 7, trying to get wide, still on his feet, breaking a couple tackles, and he's out to the 27-yard line. Special thanks to Kenny's Marketplace, stores to serve you in Tawnytown, Littlestown, Spring Grove, Biglerville, and the flagship store in Gettysburg. It's my favorite place to shop. Don't forget your Kenny's Preferred Customer Card, your passport to a world of savings. Specials every Friday, 100% employee-owned. Special thanks to Jeremy Schultz and all our friends at Kenny's Market. Beautiful night for football. Temperature, even by the end of the game, it's only going to be down to about 60. So we're all, you know, well, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4 are in shorts. Only Mark Beans has the sense to know that it's going to probably get a little chilly.
Windy out
Yeah, there could be a wind chill factor.
Oh.
Ruger Pennington stopped in the backfield.
Well, the timing was off on that because the quarterback bumped into the first back, so that kind of created timing and it created where New Oxford was able to make that play behind the line of scrimmage there.
So 2nd and 12 coming up.
And they don't want to get in a long situation after pass because this wind they're going into the wind right now.
Oh, yeah, no, they definitely do not want to be throwing the ball around. Asher Baddock is the quarterback, a senior. Pennington again with it. He runs hard.
It's going to set up a 3rd and short, so obviously, that's going to be Gettysburg MO. They're just going to come right out to the Colonials there.
So Pennington now 2 rushes for 9 yards. I'm off the hook. I'm not doing story for the Gettysburg Times, so I'm going to kind of do a little amateur stat keeping. Some of the key stats here. So Pennington. And Baddock keeps it himself, and he looks like he got it, but not by a whole lot. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. You move the chains, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Number 3, Asher Baddock on the keeper.
Did anybody happen to watch that Philadelphia Eagles game last night?
I caught the end of it.
Yeah, really. The last 5 minutes.
It was 21-10, and I'm like,
that's when I stopped watching.
Yeah, I was tempted. I couldn't tear myself away. Back to Kenny's Market. Fresh food, friendly folks. You'll find them all at Kenny's, serving their local communities with excellence since 1958. A salute to all the frontline workers at Kenny's Market. Baddock to throw. Gunnar Wilson complete, but only for a 3-yard gain. I guess the Colonials give him that all night long.
Absolutely. The quarterback, and like Mark said, in this win, that's a long throw to the outer thing. So by the time it got there, the defensive back was there to make the tackle right away. So
yeah, right. A lot of hang time on the pass. In rugby, we called that a hospital pass because
looked like Lisa's knee held up well. Was holding up well there. So
2nd and 8.
Fumble.
They fumble. They put it on the ground.
Oh, big loss. Big loss.
Yeah, that's a loss of about 12 yards.
And this puts Gettysburg in the awkward situation of passing, because I believe their quarterback threw, 2 interceptions last week?
Yeah, it was both late when they got behind. They were trying to come back. Jaden Johnson put it on the ground.
It'll bring up 3rd and 19.
You know what? I don't see high school teams do too much is screen pass in this situation, right? I mean, I haven't seen a lot of high schools run the screen pass, but it's a great call in this situation. The pros do it out of the eye. Wilson in motion. Play action. Baddock throws it down the field. And picked off.
It's intercepted.
Peyton Mathis, he's had a couple this year.
Deflected, went off the receiver's hands, and New Oxford in business at the Warrior 34-yard line. Special thanks to your friendly neighborhood McDonald's locations in Littlestown, New Oxford at Cross Keys, York Street and Steinwehr Avenue, Gettysburg and Carlisle Street, Baltimore Street and Eisenhower Drive in Hanover. Success is not built on wishes, but hard work, risk, sweat, tears, and sacrifice. Thank you, Emmett Patterson. McDonald's is looking for a few smiling faces for its staff. How would you like to receive a $2,500 scholarship for just working an average of 15 hours a week? Build your schedule with a store manager, learn important job skills, and get paid. Beans out of the shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
Just overthrown. Had a man.
He's going to have to adjust. That wind is blowing just enough, so you're going to have to adjust for it. You know.
Second down.
All right, back to McDonald's. Build your schedule. Go online to mchire.com and follow the directions to apply for a great part-time job. Thank you, Emmett Patterson, and all our friends at McDonald's. 2nd and 10. I told you they'd take a few. Well, you said they'd take a few shots. There was one right there. And the receiver was wide open. This is Hunter Schaefer for about 8 yards.
4-down territory, maybe.
I think it probably would be.
Short enough.
I did see the kicker warm up, and in this direction, he was hitting them from 45 yards. You know, so.
I think if it's 4th and short, they'll probably go for it if it's, if they don't make it.
Well, New Oxford has always had a pretty decent kicking game. Sometimes they get soccer players over here, or whatever the case may be. 3rd and about 4. Like you said, I agree. It's 4-down territory as Connor Herring flanked to the near side. Looks like they're coming this way. Fake the jet sweep. Go off tackle.
Oh, he tripped.
Big running room galore.
He looked like Daniel Jones last night.
Dylan Forbes.
Yes.
He got going for
the
his
fullback. They faked the jet sweep, and Forbes
he saw the
for
goal
about
line.
15 yards on that one.
Yeah, and I think if he didn't stumble, I think he's in because he's a handful to bring down. Once he gets north and south or whatever.
Plays defense. I mean, a lot of these kids, you'll see them going both ways. 1st and 10 now at the 15-yard line. Under 7.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
This is Wildcat.
Okay, so they hiked it directly to
Hunter Schaefer.
And he got a yard. Beans back out there. That looks kind of like an 8 to me when he runs out there. I mean, it's a 6, but
it is 6.
Maybe I need to have my eyes examined. They're tiny numbers. And we don't have spotters out here either, except these guys are quite familiar with the Colonial roster. Try to talk. We'll let you guys talk about the linemen because right now they're getting the job done. 2nd and 9, slot to the near side, out of the gun. Motion man this way. Beans, little shuttle pass.
Played well by Gettysburg.
And they put it on the ground, and the Warriors get it right back.
He had that ball out.
He was stretching for extra yards for no reason and just
Gunnar Wilson recovered the fumble, so dueling turnovers, but the Warriors backed up deep in their own zone. Let's thank our sponsors, including Ketterman Electric, serving Adams County since 1995. For all your electrical needs, call 717-677-0066. Proud to support Gettysburg Warrior and New Oxford Colonial football. Thanks to Guy Ketterman, Sue Urich, and everyone at Ketterman Electric on Biglerville Road between Gettysburg and Biglerville on the banks of the mighty Conewago. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. And now, what is it, an equipment thing?
Yeah,
they're making Pennington get rid of some kind of illegal pad. Is that what it is?
Let's see what he's.
Well, it looks like they sent him off.
Might have some blood on his.
Or that's another possibility. So Johnson in there. You wonder if they change the play, go with the fullback. No, they go right to Johnson.
Wow, they got in there
Put
quick.
And nothing doing.
I think Egan's coming off the end real quick there.
Yeah.
He's crashing hard.
And at the ends are the brothers. One's a senior, one's a sophomore.
Oh, yeah.
And they've been very strong at both the end positions there. So.
Yeah, I remember those guys from opening night, wreaking havoc with Susquehannock.
Gettysburg in a long situation again. Last time I think the quarterback kind of forced it. He threw into like triple coverage there.
And like I said, when they've thrown it, he threw 2 interceptions last week, and that's coming back.
Johnson again. He's being treated rather rudely by the left side of that defensive front.
I like the way they're game tackling and getting to the football, and so they're moving quickly. And once again, now Gettysburg's backed up, 3rd and 9. What are they going to do? Are they going to trust that quarterback, or are they going to try to get it on the ground?
Well, and it feels like the Colonials have the wind, so I mean, punting into the wind is no picnic either. And yeah, Torben Akins, impressive. And who's his brother?
Is Britton Akins.
Britton Akins. Okay. Yeah, they were very.
And talking to their father, just a tidbit, their grandfather was a ABA, NBA basketball player. He's 7 feet tall.
Well, they're still growing. Out of the shotgun. Paddock under siege. He's going to get away from one man, but tackled in the open field by Jaden Seiler, and the Warriors are going to have to punt it away here in a scoreless first quarter.
And the quarterback, he didn't have much time. He was scrambling right away. So
well, it's like,
a
screenplay would probably work well with that, with them guys coming hard fast.
Yeah,
like that.
Exactly.
But
well, listen,
you can't really cut though. I think that's a big problem with screen passes in high school.
You can't what?
Not being able to cut block.
Oh yeah, right. Zach Parr gets away a punt.
Oh, we just cost ourselves.
And they take the Warrior roll.
It's still going to get pretty decent field position.
Yeah. Okay, let me thank our sponsors here. Thanks to Now's Foods for all their response. Kim Killen and Alicia Reese. WellSpan Health Sports Medicine. WellSpan Sports Medicine wishes the Gettysburg Warriors and New Oxford Colonials a successful football season as their official healthcare and sports medicine provider. We help them stay in the game. We do the same for all Warrior and Colonial fans, too. We aim to help you meet your health goals on and off the field. Don't let orthopedic pain keep you on the sideline. Learn more about WellSpan today and our team approach. Beans to throw. Another shot downfield. Oh! He caught it off the deflection. Still on his feet. Down to the 16-yard line is Benjamin Lease. And
that was Connor Herring.
Oh, that was Connor Herring. Jeez, I did that the last game. Yeah. 11 and 13.
Their numbers are tough to see.
Well, yeah, right, exactly. So Herring, he went.
He's had a couple.
He missed them. Yeah, so he caught.
I
mean, that was the defensive back had great position, and he had 2 hands on the ball. And Herring able to snatch it out of midair, 1st and 10, inside the red zone with under 4 to play here in the first quarter.
With their own motion.
He put it in the ground. Looked like the ball came loose. I think he got it back. Anyway, special thanks to Cheryl Myers and Bethany Richardson and all our friends at HealthSpan Sports Medicine and State Farm agent Mike Ball, Insurance and Financial Services on Baltimore Pike south of Gettysburg. Remember, it's not just a car, it's the car you worked overtime for so your kid could drive himself to football practice. State Farm agent Mike Ball understands that your car and home are things you work really hard for, so give them the protection they deserve. Call State Farm agent Mike Ball today. Mike Ball, he's on the ball. He's got all your bases covered, home, health, business, auto, life. Call today, 717-334-4908. Beans to throw. Incomplete.
He tried to get it to the fullback in the middle of Dylan Forbes, and luckily there was no one behind him. It was just a little high. So,
yeah, I mean that's when you have a fullback, you can kind of slip out. Defenses aren't always primed to cover the fullback on a pass route, so you see success trying that if you have a guy who can catch the ball at almost every level.
Well, it looked like he was like trying to get it over a linebacker, and instead of just throwing the ball, he kind of tried to place it, and it just sailed on him. So
3rd and almost 10. Well, it could be, if the Warriors get a stop here, you could be seeing what the range is of that kicker.
Corner pattern to the.
I'm surprised with
Schaefer,
that call.
A cut, and he only got about 2 yards.
Go
so,
for a field goal here.
well,
I was a little surprised with that call.
it would be a
third down.
32-yard field goal attempt. You think that's within his range?
I do. I've seen him warm up in this direction, but it doesn't look like they are.
They didn't send him out.
Well, so you would have. Well, they're going to go for it here on 4th and 8.
It's a little surprising because I've seen the kicker warm up in this direction, and he was easily kicking it close to 40 yards here.
Here they go for it on 4th down.
I guess while they have the win, they want to try and score touchdowns.
2 receivers to each side. A sidecar for Connor Beans. Maybe they're trying to get him to jump. You know?
I think they're trying to get him in a more
Hard
manageable situation. If they did jump, then that would give them 4th and 3 or whatever.
Hey, send them in now.
Well, good discipline for the Warriors. And special thanks to C.E. Williams Sons, a local 4th-generation business that has been serving the Adams County area since 1943. They do residential and commercial paving, patching and sealing, 717-334-5511. Thanks to Jim Williams, Jason Williams, and all our friends at CE, 717-334-5511. They truly are pavers and excavators extraordinaire. And France Plumbing, Route 30, Gettysburg Road, Biglerville, west of Gettysburg, serving Adams County since 1974 for all your residential and commercial plumbing needs. Replacement of heating and cooling system, water softeners, and sewer water replacement. 334-34-24. The kick is up. Where are the refs?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Where did nobody back there? He called it from behind the kicker.
Well, it must have been perfect down the center because, like you said, there were no refs back there.
There's usually one under each goal, under each upright, and there were nowhere to be seen.
I was like, are we short refs tonight? Or
and you can't blame that anyone on but the refs because they put it in play with the whistle. We heard it, and yet there were no officials back there. Lucky the one guy must have peeked back, and it must have been true down the middle.
Oh, yeah, it was so you could call it from there. It just split the uprights perfectly. Special thanks to the official ice cream of high school football, Mr. G's. 16 flavors of homemade ice cream. The fall special flavor is pumpkin ice cream. Gift shop at Mr. G's. Many great gift ideas. Take home the smell of our waffle cones with waffle-scented candles. 529 on Baltimore Street in Gettysburg. Milkshakes, sundaes, and more. It's Mr. G's, the official ice cream of high school sports. Landon McGee, find the lane. He found a lane, and he broke a tackle. Now,
he's quick.
Was that Lease who got a piece of him?
Yeah. Now, that was Josh Little, the kicker.
Oh, okay, all right. So I thought it was 11. But
now, Josh Little, he's a pretty good athlete, and he's shown that on some, high punts and all that. So the kicker is the one that kind of saved it from going any further.
And special thanks to RNS Service Center, 529 York Street in Gettysburg, 334-2664. Quality auto repair and inspection. Tires too. Check out the convenience store for some winning lottery tickets. They'll take good care of your car. They'll take good care of you. If I sound like a satisfied customer, it's because I am. Pennington probes the interior of that Colonial defense and finds some running room thanks to Steve, Joe, Chester, and all our friends at RNS Service Center. 2nd and 2. I guess the Warriors will take that.
Yes, he looks pretty shifty. I mean, he's kind of like doing some jump cuts in there and so forth. So, yeah, he might be the better style for Gettysburg, and weaving in traffic there.
Well, he's one of the leading rushers in the area. I haven't seen the Times publish any area statistical leaders. Everything's out of whack here in this COVID year. So it looked like Wilson moving toward the line prematurely, and they go off the left side.
Got a wrap.
And second effort might have got it.
I think he did. I think he got the first down there.
Good second effort because he was 2 yards behind the.
He's a hard runner, hard-running kid. He had a lot of success last year. His brother, he's 5'8", 157, but
I know
he plays a lot bigger than that.
He looked like he got banged up a little bit just by watching television last week. I think he made a heck of a catch in the game last week that kind of looked like he hurt his hip a little bit.
He did. He pulled it down one-handed and landed. He caught himself and landed down near the end zone, and then Baddock took it in from there.
Now they're throwing.
Baddick completes it to the fullback. We talked about the success of the fullback. That's Jeremiah Scott.
Number 26, Jeremiah Scott.
But only for 3 or 4 yards. Like we said, the Colonials will give him that all night.
Pavement Mathis made that, and he's played really well this year at that outside backer position. You know, he's got a couple interceptions and some big hits, so.
16 seconds of Warriors they might just like let the quarter run out. No, they're going to snap it.
Good bounce.
Pennington.
That was a good bounce by the running back.
He only got about 3 or 4, and that's going to do it.
Up with third down.
That's going to do it. 1 quarter in the books, and the Colonials in front, 3-0 here in the first quarter. Brought to you by Kenny's Marketplace, with stores to serve you in Spring Grove, Tawnytown, Littlestown, Biglerville, and Gettysburg. Don't forget your Kenny's Preferred Customer Card, your passport to a world of savings. Specials every Friday, 100% employee-owned. Fresh food, friendly folks. You'll find them all at Kenny's, serving their local communities with excellence since 1958. A salute to the frontline workers who maintain the open stores throughout the pandemic. Special thanks to Jeremy Schultz and all our friends at Kenny's Market, and your friendly neighborhood McDonald's locations at Littlestown, New Oxford, across Key, York Street, Steinway Avenue, Gettysburg, and Carlisle Street, Baltimore Street, and Eisenhower Drive in Hanover. And as proprietor Emmett Patterson says, success is not built on wishes, but hard work, risk, sweat, tears, and sacrifice. McDonald's is looking for a few smiling faces for its staff. How would you like to receive a $2,500 scholarship for just working an average of 15 hours a week? Build your schedule with a store manager, learn important job skills while getting paid. Go online to McHire.com. That's McHire.com, and follow the directions to apply for a great part-time job. Third down situation here. The Warriors, thanks to Landon McGee and that solid kickoff return in Colonial territory. Oh, wow. We threw it to the fullback again, but even if he made that catch, he had 3 defenders around him.
I think, too, this quarterback now, he's got the wind, and where you've been throwing into it, so it mentally now you're like, oh, my God, that wind took it or whatever.
He needs to get it out of his hands quicker, get it to him sooner so he can get in.
Well, critical down here because they're going to go for it, and I wouldn't shock me if they just do the power, with number 4.
They need about 3.5 yards. And Pennington in the slot.
Misdirection play here.
And they pitch it to Jeremiah Scott. Second effort. Wow.
I don't think he's going to get it.
I think they're going to mark it about a half-yard short.
He's marking on the 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the 30-yard line.
And he had to get to the 31.
Good effort, but the Colonials take over on downs here as we get underway in the second quarter. A second quarter brought to you by Ketterman Electric, serving Adams County since 1995. For all your electrical needs, call 677-0066. Proud to support high school football, thanks to Guy Ketterman, Eric Sue, and everyone at Ketterman Electric on Biglerville Road between Gettysburg and Biglerville. 1st and 10, Colonials sent 2 receivers to either side. Schaefer in motion, they run the pitch, the option, and he gets...
he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he barely, second effort to gain about a foot.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what New Oxford does because now they're going to be going into the wind, which, they've played in some wind games already, so, we'll see if Connor Beans can adjust and make the throws he needs to make here.
I wonder if it's one of these winds where it's up in the air higher, but not quite down on the field.
Yeah, we don't have a meteorologist on the sideline. So second and 9.
I was trying to look at some of the cheerleaders' hair, see if it was blowing.
Yeah.
And it's
sidecar for Beans. Play action. He's keeping it. Great effort, and
he waved it off.
Good placement.
It was, yeah. Where only his teammate could make the catch. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Special thanks to Now's Foods for all your support throughout the year, and State Farm agent Mike Ball, Insurance and Financial Services, Baltimore Pike, south of Gettysburg, 334-4908. Mike Ball, he's on the ball. Call State Farm agent Mike Ball today. He's got all your bases covered: home, business, auto, life. It's not just a car, it's the car you worked overtime for so your kid could drive himself to football practice. More after this play. 3rd and 9. 3 receivers set to the near side. Beans looking this way. Is that Coach Warner giving him a heads-up signal? Throws it down the field. Picked off. Gunnar Wilson with a pick inside the 40. Cuts back to the near side and back to the 32-yard line of the Colonials. So turnovers crucial here in the early going of the second quarter.
There was just way too many people in that area on that throw, so I'm not sure what he saw, but definitely a lot of people there, and once again going into the wind, you just don't know.
Exactly. It was into the wind, so that's right away he's throwing long into the wind. It's
based
difficult.
on their play earlier in the game when they try to go down, looks like down the middle they think is where it's open, I think, against Gettysburg, and that's probably why he went.
Well, now 3 receivers to the near side. Looks like they have this area flooded out here, and they go the other way.
Wow, nice play. Who's that?
That's Forbes.
Yep.
Dylan Forbes in. He's sort of been an unsung hero, I think, for this year. Both
Didn't he
sides.
have a 3-touchdown game or something earlier
Both
this
sides of
season?
the ball.
He's like undersized but big of heart. Back to State Farm agent Mike Ball. He understands that your car and home are things you work really hard for, so give them the protection they deserve. Call State Farm agent Mike Ball today, 334-4908. And WellSpan Sports Medicine wishes both teams a successful football season. 2nd and 10. Baddock to throw. He's got Wilson, but he gained nothing. So great coverage out here.
That was Peyton Mathis again, and he's been all over that route tonight.
Gunnar Wilson.
I think that's key, getting there right before the guy can turn upfield, get ahead of steam going.
Yeah, before he can make any move on him or whatever. And so if he were to throw it behind him, he might be there for a pick.
Who's the public address announcer?
Scott Anderson.
Oh, that's right, Coach Anderson, the baseball coach.
Yep.
So, we'll give him his props. Special thanks to WellSpan Sports Medicine. Remember, they want to help your student athletes stay in the game. We do the same for your fans, too. Help them meet your health goals on and off the field. Don't let orthopedic pain keep you on the sideline. Learn more about WellSpan today at wellspan.org. 3rd and 10. Play action, Baddock rolling. Gets outside. Yeah, that was one of the brothers.
Yep, 42. Britton Akins. Yep.
You say Akins, I say Akins.
It's Akins. It's Akins.
Okay.
The dad clarified it to me. It's Akins.
He's got decent speed.
Oh yeah, he's a running back too.
They're punting. I like this. I like this punting, and their kicker.
Now it's a field goal. We're talking 50 yards.
Yeah, okay. Maybe they're going to do a fake.
Got that wind.
Oh, that's a win, but wow.
Generally a high school player, you never see him hit it straight enough, even if they can kick it this far. And I don't think he's going to get it. Nope.
It's respectful, but not close to being good.
I think you got better odds to go for it than kick a 50-yard field goal.
Well, I would have liked to punt. Go for the corner, pin him back at the 2 or 3 yard line if you have that kind of capability.
Yeah, because the Colonials have already made 2 mistakes, one on a fumble, one on an interception. Hey, they get good field position.
Yeah, neither team's been able to capitalize on the mistakes.
Now, too bad they don't have it like the pros. You get it at the spot. But, it goes back to the 20 in high school.
That's true. Yeah.
The Colonials just need a good sustained drive, mix it up, and basically take time off the clock and get points out of it.
So it's like a 14-yard punt. It doesn't look like a bad decision in hindsight, given that that's the rule. Out of the gun, Beans gives it to Hunter Schaefer, and he's got some running room. Got about 5 tough yards up the middle.
Yeah, the last Gettysburg guy kind of twisted him and threw him forward, and I gave him a couple extra yards there.
Special thanks to Cheryl Myers and Bethany Richardson, all our friends at WellSpan Sports Medicine, and C.E. Williams Sons, 4th-generation business that's been serving the Gettysburg area since 1943. They do residential and commercial paving, patching, and sealing. 334-5511. Thanks, Jim Williams and Jason Williams and all our friends at CE. 334-5511. They truly are pavers and excavators extraordinaire. They run the option. Schaefer, Warriors sniff it out and gang tackle.
Maybe a yard.
Pennington wanted him for a 2-yard loss, and Schaefer dodged him, but good support by the Warrior defense.
Yeah, it looks like Gettysburg has got guys obviously playing both ways too, because number 4 there is sort of like an outside backer, strong safety there.
Pretty good on defense as well. Special thanks to the official.
3rd and 4 now.
Yeah, 2 receivers to either side. Beans complete.
Ooh,
to Herring, and he's got the first down, gain of about 9. Well, that's a great throw on 3rd down. You just don't, and the receiver knows where the chains are. A simple out, throw and catch, and well executed by the Colonials.
Yeah, I like that call as well. They give him some cushion because he's caught a deep one. Quarterback, you just make a quick throw. It's tough to get the rush there when you're throwing it that quick.
Well, special thanks to Mr. G's 16 flavors of homemade ice cream. The fall special flavor is pumpkin ice cream. Check out the gift shop for some great ideas. 1st and 10, Colonials. Beans on the read option. Maybe he wishes he'd handed that one off. That's part of keeping that possibility alive. I mean, that's the whole point of that sleight of hand, to kind of get the defense to bite. It didn't quite work. 2nd and 10. Mr. G's, the official ice cream of high school sports, thanks to Mike Latfelder and all our friends at Mr. G's. 16 flavors, milkshakes, sundaes to waffle cones. Take home the scent of the waffle cones with waffle-scented candles at the gift shop. Oh, yeah.
Kind of behind him.
Eakins had it. And a great job by Wilson to pry it loose. I mean, Gunnar Wilson's recovered a fumble. He's had a pick. I mean, I have to say, this is his most impressive effort that I've seen so far. So he's made some big plays for the defense. Looked like Eakins had it almost tucked away, and he came in at the last minute and pried it loose.
We got a flag, first one, I think, of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, penalty-free contest here halfway through the second quarter.
Some type of guys see Gettysburg clapping, so I'm not sure if they're going to decline it and go 3rd and 10.
Well, check out the Life is Good apparel and more at Mr.
Legal man
G's.
downfield.
They're going to march it off against the Colonials. Thanks as well to R&S Service Center, 529 York Street. Special thanks to Steve, Joe, Chester. They'll take good care of your car. They'll take good care of you. Quality auto repair, inspection, tires too. Check out the convenience store for some winning lotto tickets. So they declined that penalty?
They did.
3rd and 10. Couple of sidecars for Beans. Looks to throw it down the field. He's got it, man. Great throw.
Yeah. To throw it in this wind, I mean, that was a long out. I mean, that was a nice throw.
And that was Herring again, so Herring's having a big game. Well thrown ball by Connor Beans, moves the chains, and the Colonials are in Warrior territory at about the 47-yard line.
You got to give the lineman credit there because it was a deeper pattern. They gave him the time that he needed to get that ball. So good job for the lineman.
Yeah, we always got to give the lineman credit. So after this play, why don't you be ready to tell me who they are? Straight ahead, Dylan Forbes smells the end zone, but he gets inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line.
And he's got to hold on to the ball. That's his biggest factor because he has had a couple fumbles this year. So if he holds on to the ball and he gets north and south, he's a tough runner to bring down.
But one of the linemen, LaDamian Williams, he's been a 3-year starter for the Colonials. And
number 74.
And he's also excellent in the classroom.
And he's brought this young line on because there's 3 sophomores playing on that line for the Colonials.
1st and 10, 5 and change to go here in the half. Beans, pumps, throws, incomplete.
I think he went to the wrong receiver,
They were both kind of open, I think. But.
He'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, the wind's a little tricky. I'm so glad I'm not keeping stats tonight. Trying to keep my papers straight with the wind blowing.
Jeff, the linemen for Gettysburg, they look like they got some size to them.
Yeah, Hunter Williams, he's doing a fine job.
I noticed last week 54 made a lot of tackles.
Frankie Richardson, yeah, he's big on both sides of the ball, and Hunter Williams kind of anchors that line as well for Gettysburg. Schaefer cut it back, And the pursuit was there for the Warriors. Looks like
it looks like it was his only option. Otherwise, he was going to take a big loss if he didn't cut that back. So we're 3rd and 10. Yeah, we could be back in 2-down territory here. So, you know, you don't have to get it all here.
Yeah, I doubt they're going to try and kick against the wind.
And a special thanks to Now's Foods for all your support during the season. TS Electric as well. Styler's Upholstery. Spreading the love around. 2 receivers either side. Connor Beans throws the shuttle pass, and Hunter Williams right on cue.
Yeah, he smelled that one.
Yeah, he did. Great play.
Yeah, he kept his shoulders square so he could play both the quarterback. And there might not have been great spacing there because, once again, because he kept his shoulders square, he was able to quickly dive down on that pitch there.
Well, just think about it. We talked about scouting earlier, and what a difference from when we played. You know, you had some old tapes maybe, but it's so much more accessible, and they seem to know almost everything about each other. They're well prepared. Aiken splits out to the far side. Tight end a long way from home.
Quads.
Beans looking that way. Now he's going to set up the screen pass to the near side.
That one guy. If that one guy didn't get him, I think he would have scored. It
looked like Andrew Gasly just got enough of him. And now
see, if you'd been able to cut block him, Jeff, he'd have walked to the end zone.
Oh, yeah. A great call, though. They load up the far side, and then they have isolation over here. And, you know, like you said, it almost went for 6, but instead they turn it over on downs, 3.5 minutes. Now, that's, you know, you feel good like the Warriors that have a hard time traversing the field in 3:34, but not like last week with York Suburban, you know.
I kind of like the call they ran on 4th down. They would have run it on 3rd down, which would give you another play.
Timeout, Gettysburg. Well, that's good. If you're not sure what you're going to do, 3-0.
I think it's a little bit lower scoring than I anticipated, and obviously I think the big key is the turnovers. You know, Colonials have been down, you know, where they were deep and had a fumble, and then they were driving, had an interception. So, and then now the turnover on down. So. They should have some more points. Now Gettysburg, how far deep have they been? They've been down to about the 30,
inside the 30,
and then they were stopped on downs as well. So,
yeah, you kind of have a feeling that the Colonials should be up like 10-0 at least.
Well, I mean, the ability to throw the football is so important. Not only, especially you need to be, if you have playoff aspirations, you can't be just one-dimensional.
Right. Exactly.
Pound the rock.
Because you're going to run into a school that, you know, that shuts the ground game down.
There's you to throw, and you can't do it.
Right.
1st and 10 for the Warriors with 3:34 to go. Crossbuck action.
The Colonials use their timeouts here to try to get the ball back more time before half here.
No, they might have done that. The clock is running, but they have 2 left.
Yeah.
They'll wait till after this next one.
So Wyatt Scott for nothing. 3-0 Ox. Who saw that coming? Like you said, you know, New Oxford's been averaging, about 30 points a game. The Warriors not too far behind. So here's Wilson to the near side. He's had a big game on defense. Now he goes in motion. He's running down the field. Wilson. Oh. He tried to make the adjustment.
That would have been a great catch, but once again, you know, the wind was flirting the ball around. It would have had to been a perfect throw, but once again, Gettysburg stops the clock. They're 3rd and 10, so perfect opportunity. If they can stop them here, call a timeout, and they'll still have one more timeout to try to get some more points on the board if you're a Colonial.
Sure, falls right into their hands. That was Shane Brockett, the intended receiver. He's actually a tight end, and he told me, I talked to him after an earlier game, I think it was the Eastern York game. He said he's the fastest kid on the team. Well, you saw him get deep that time.
I look for a safe call by Gettysburg here.
Make Colonials use a timeout.
They pitch it to Pennington, and he's close to first down yardage.
He's short. I can't see them
Yeah, he's only 5'7".
going for it at this stage of the game, being backed up on the 30.
He's a
Yeah,
tough
no,
runner.
you got to punt it here. You got the win. You got to punt it. 4th and 2.
Now,
Surprised
if I'm the Colonials, you got to field the ball here, unless it's just that horrible of a kick that would create a turnover. You got to field the ball here.
Yeah, you don't want a turf roll down to the 2 or something like that.
Somebody's got to get back.
Somebody's got to go back.
Somebody's got to get back.
Zach Parr to punt it, and it's a line drive kick, and it takes a Warrior roll. Out of bounds at the 19.
That could have even be worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
But once again, Colonials, and I think one of their receivers, well, hopefully he's back, but he looked like he might have twisted his ankle.
So that's a lapse. Coaches didn't apparently spot it either. So, you would have wanted somebody back there to maybe field it on the fly as a big 15, 20-yard roll differential.
Absolutely.
Well, 2 minutes. You're talking about the 2-minute drill. That's what they have to go 81 yards, 82 yards.
And they got two timeouts, or it says is it one timeout?
2.
And remember this, if you get a first down, it stops the clock to move the chains in high school. So that's another friend of the 2-minute drill. Beans out of the gun. Short pass, complete.
He's got to tuck that ball sooner. I don't like where the ball's kept out like
almost
that.
like you want to lateral to somebody.
On the reception, good for about 3 or 4 yards, and they huddle quickly. Don't use a timeout. Under a minute 45 to go.
And this is the advantage of a throwing offensive game. You can get up there. You got a couple plays called.
Get out of bounds.
Same play, although he breaks the tackle, and then he does get out of bounds.
Yeah.
Ben Lease again, back-to-back receptions. And it's 1st and 10 for the Colonials, and they stop the clock still with 2 timeouts in their pocket.
Yeah, critical there. Two things. You got a first down, and they got out of bounds, so you didn't have to use any timeouts here.
I got a bigger student section this year. about 20 of them down there.
Yeah, definitely more fans here than the first time we were here on opening night.
Yep.
Mark Lookenbill, I think you had something going on. They throw it. Oh.
There was a flag thrown anyway. I don't know what the heck that was.
Herring got a hand on it. Couldn't pull it in, so spot on throw, though, for Connor Beans. Touches caught, that's what they said.
I think they hit the quarterback in the face.
He called a legal procedure out here.
Pre-snap, dead ball, wouldn't have counted anyway. If, in fact, that's the call. I didn't hear a whistle.
He went like,
yeah, I didn't hear.
Yeah, he didn't call.
Shouldn't they blow the whistle on that procedure?
Yep.
Okay. 1st and 15 here in the first half, brought to you by Ketterman Electric.
So they did keep it at first down here. So they didn't count the play.
Right. It was pre-snap.
Right.
1st and 15.
Oh, Schaefer.
Schaefer is
conservative.
Call a timeout here.
Well,
are they going to call a timeout?
Not yet. Maybe you need to yell it down, signal it down to them. Are they going to be content not to fight the wind and go into half with a 3-0 lead, knowing they get the ball in the second half?
Right. They do get the ball, and that's the thing, is you don't want any mistake here.
Yeah.
So certainly you're going to get the ball, so you go in with the lead. So, yeah, I can understand if you do that.
Close to the vest, no doubt about it. Well, now they go for the home run. Herring.
He's out of bounds.
Gasly right there with the coverage. Colonial fans wanted interference. Of course they did. But I thought it was a good no call.
The guy was running with him, and I don't think there was enough contact to kind of draw a flag.
I don't know if I've noticed this, but why doesn't that judge or the referee, why don't they start running down the field after when the ball's thrown?
Conditioning? That's a good question. I don't know.
You can barely see if he called it.
What are they going to do here?
What do you have in your playbook for 3rd and 15 into the wind? He rolls left the shovel pass again, and this
I don't think I would have ran that.
He could.
I think Hunter Williams has that play snuffed out pretty well.
Now they can call a timeout.
And I probably would to make him at least punt the ball. Yeah, because you're punting into the wind.
Yeah, sure.
Could have a bad snap.
So the chess match continues here in this first half. Brought to you by Kenny's Markets, your friendly neighborhood McDonald's, Ketterman Electric, C.E. Williams, Franz Plumbing, Mr. G's Ice Cream, R&S Service Center, Wellspan Sports Medicine, and your friendly State Farm agent, Mike Ball. Thank you, one and all.
Yeah, I think, obviously when you ran that one play, I think I would have let, at that point, you seemed like you conceded. But I don't know, I think that shovel pass I might have to put away.
Or try it the other way.
Because it hasn't been executed very well.
Shovel pass, get them to bite on. You never see that.
Or run it this way.
Like a play action.
You ran it the same way every time so far.
Now it's called sometimes the shovel pass and sometimes the shuttle pass. Is there a difference? Mark Lookenbill as a former back?
No, we called it the shuffle pass.
Shuffle, yeah.
Now I think if we're smart here, he kicks it away from this guy and lets the clock roll. Here you just want to get it off. Good snap.
Oh, Hunter Williams did block a punt through the end zone for a safety against York Suburban, and wow.
Let the clock run.
23 seconds, one timeout left. Well, if I'm the Warriors, I got Shane Brockett. I mean, run a corner pattern.
Hey, you got
roll
the
him right, run an out over there, and you have to win, take it. It's like a punt,
I'd be taking a shot.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Got to take a shot here.
Especially with the wind at your back.
You're watching high school football on Community Media Sports. Jeff Cook along with the three Marks, Mark Warely, Mark Beans, and Mark Lookenbill. Thanks for tuning in. A shout out to Lefty Beiser, one of our biggest fans. Sorry I didn't get back to you, Lefty, but to answer your question, yes, we are providing live coverage worldwide of this game. Colonials trying to beat Gettysburg for the first time since 1981. And so much for taking a shot downfield.
I think the Colonials welcome them running the ball like that.
Yeah, well, now they still got 12 seconds. Take a shot. Take a shot. Cover like a punt.
Yeah, that's their final timeout. So, they tried a 50-yard field goal. So technically, if they were to get 10 or 15 yards,
he'd be in range.
If they think their kicker's got that type of range, they would be in range.
I think part of the thinking was too the rule that it came out to the 20 if it made the end zone. So if it doesn't. I guess if it doesn't make the end zone, it's a live ball.
You could return it.
You can return it. Like, remember, was it Alabama and Auburn?
Sure, absolutely.
A missed field goal, return 108 yards for a touchdown or something like that. You can return it, and it doesn't. I guess they don't. If you down it, let's say it's short and you down it at the 1, they still bring it out to the 20.
Yeah,
correct.
On the field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. If no one touches the ball, then it's going to come back to the 20-yard line. And I believe in high school, once it crosses the end zone, they won't let them bring anything out.
We did that against Southwest. We touched it. They didn't blow the whistle. They should have probably, but they did not. We almost got tackled.
Now they're just going to kneel down. They're certainly in
no, I don't think so.
Kneel down mode now.
No.
I got to try Hail Mary.
Paddock to throw. Airs it out down the field.
Picked off.
Incomplete.
But he was in the right position to pick that off.
Well, and you got to have 4 guys back there. That's good defense, because that's all they're trying to do. And now you got time for another shot.
You got one more shot, and if you're the Colonials, all you do is keep them in the field of play because there's no time to rush anybody on or anything to get another playoff. So
right.
It's either, if I'm the Colonials, I back up, not all the way to the end zone, but I would even tell my guys to rush the quarterback hard so they don't have enough time to get that far.
Try to knock the ball down. Don't worry about intercepting it.
Gasly and Pennington in the slot to the near side. Now Pennington goes in motion. Paddock has time, airs it out, complete to Gasly.
But that's
and it'll stop the clock
and it's
to move the chains, but time
is out.
Yeah, time expires.
Yeah, New Oxford was willing to give that up, which is smart. The only thing you wanted to do is get off the field. Colonials get the ball in the second half, and we'll see from there. But
nonetheless, that was one of the better throws I've seen Baddock make. So maybe that he can build some confidence in the second half. I need to give another family shout out to my wife, the Goldensville gal, wedding planner supreme, and to our son Chad and his bride-to-be Liana, their parents Jeff and Janet Cupido, and Nancy's brother and sister-in-law Keith and Debbie Lawrenson, my brother Greg Cook, and Steve Cook, his wife Becky, and our daughter Chelsea, son-in-law John DiCarlo, and grandchildren Owen and Aislinn DiCarlo. We hope you're enjoying the game. As promised, it's at Donnybrook, 3-0.
Yeah, it's a little bit surprising. And I think Colonials had some opportunities in that first half. They had it deep, and they fumbled a couple times. Guys were broke open, and we kind of just overthrew them. So we had some opportunities as the Colonials to get some more points on the board.
Yeah.
Now, Gettysburg.
There you go.
I have to say we. Yeah.
We made a disclaimer at the beginning. I better repeat it. Connor Beans is related to the gentleman to my left, Mark Beans. It's an obvious conflict of interest, but anyway, we appreciate the insights that both of you are able to bring.
So the Colonials get the ball to start the second half. It's going to be I guess Gettysburg might try and kick into the win and give the Colonials the win in the third quarter so that they have it in the fourth quarter. It'll be interesting to see who
takes the win. Yeah. All right, well, listen, I want to thank our sponsors, Kenny's Marketplace, stores to serve you in Spring Grove, Tawnytown, Littlestown, Biglerville, and the flagship store in Gettysburg. My favorite place to shop. Don't forget your Kenny's Preferred Customer Card, your passport to a world of savings. Specials every Friday, 100% employee-owned. Special thanks to Jeremy Schultz and all our friends at Kenny's. Fresh food, friendly folks. You'll find them there, serving your local communities with excellence since 1958. A salute to the frontline workers at Kenny's Market and your friendly neighborhood McDonald's locations in Littlestown, New Oxford at Cross Keys, York Street and Steiner Avenue in Gettysburg, and Carlisle Street, Baltimore Street, and Eisenhower Drive in Hanover. I also have to give a shout out to Liana's parents, Jeff and Janet Cupido. I'm mixing it up here. I'm reviewing the list in my mind. So they are the parents of the bride-to-be, and Uncle Mike and Aunt Lynn are here as well. We welcome them to Gettysburg. We're really enjoying their visit. So back to McDonald's, Emmett Patterson. Remember, success is not built on wishes, but hard work, risk, sweat, tears, and sacrifice. McDonald's is looking for a few smiling faces for its staff. How would you like to receive a $2,500 scholarship for just working an average of 15 hours a week? Build your schedule with a store manager. Learn important job skills while getting paid. Go online to mchire.com and follow the directions to apply for a great part-time job. And Ketterman Electric, serving Adams County since 1995. For all your electrical needs, call 717-677-0066. Proud to support high school football, thanks to Guy Ketterman, Sue Urich, and all our friends at Ketterman Electric. Biglerville Road between Gettysburg and Biglerville. And Now's Foods, we thank you for your support. WellSpan Sports Medicine as well, and for Now's Foods, Kim Killen and Alicia Reese. WellSpan Sports Medicine, Cheryl Myers, Bethany Richardson, all our friends there. WellSpan Sports Medicine wishes both teams a successful football season as the official healthcare and sports medicine provider for both schools. We help them stay in the game. We do the same for Warrior fans too. We aim to help them meet their health goals on and off the field. Don't let orthopedic pain keep you on the sideline. Learn more about WellSpan at wellspan.org. I have a couple of scores here, compliments of Josh Martin. Biglerville 14-0 over Hanover. Fairfield over York Tech 15-6. Any surprises there, gentlemen?
No. I don't think so.
No.
I guess Hanover has a really promising quarterback, but they can't run the ball.
I know that quarterback, Chase Roberts, because he's played baseball with Connor when they were littler. So he's a good athlete. It looks like because they throw quite a bit, he may be prone to interceptions. Just looking at the stats, because I think he had 9 interceptions already.
Wow.
But
they chuck it around the field, though.
Yeah, they do.
And that's very entertaining to watch. Well, this is a little puzzling halftime show. It's a little joke there because of the puzzle pieces out there. We'll let you decipher that for yourself. I want to talk a little bit more about State Farm agent Mike Ball, insurance and financial services on Baltimore Pike south of Gettysburg. It's not just a car, it's the car you worked overtime for so your kid could drive himself to football practice. State Farm agent Mike Ball understands that your car and home are things you really work hard for, so give them the protection they deserve. Call State Farm agent Mike Ball today. Mike Ball, he's on the ball. He's got all your bases covered. Home, business, auto, life. Call today, 334-4908. Thank you to Stallers Upholstery and TS Electric for your support this season. Also, sponsor for tonight's game, C.E. Williams & Sons, serving the Gettysburg area since 1943 for all your residential and commercial paving, patching, and sealing needs. They're pavers and excavators extraordinaire, thanks to Jim Williams, Jason Williams, and all our friends at CE. 334-5511. Franz Plumbing, serving Adams County since 1974 for all your residential and commercial plumbing needs, replacement of heating and cooling system, water softeners, and sewer and water replacements. It's Franz Plumbing, 334-3424, and the official ice cream of high school football, Mr. G's 16 flavors of homemade ice cream, the fall special flavor, pumpkin ice cream, the gift shop, Mr. G's, many great gift ideas. Take home the smell of our waffle cones with waffle-scented candles. Check out the line of apparel at Life is Good. Special thanks to Mike Gladfelder, open 7 days a week, 12 to 9 in season, Baltimore Street in Gettysburg. It's Mr. G's, an R&S Service Center, 529 York Street, 334-2664. Check out the convenience store. Maybe Julie will sell you a winning lottery ticket. And quality auto repairs, inspection, tires too. They'll take good care of your car. They'll take good care of you. If I sound like a satisfied customer, it's because I am. Thanks to Steve, Joe, Chester, and all our friends at R&S Service Center. Burma's up 14-7. I guess the other big matchup tonight was DeLone and York Catholic.
Yeah,
5-0. A nice game.
Yep,
you get a score on that one, Mark Benny. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was at York Catholic. So
yes, it was. Well, we'll see if the Warriors can piece any puzzles together in the second half. Defensively, they've been opportunistic, forced a couple turnovers, and they limited New Oxford to a field goal, which is at their lowest scoring game at the half so far this season.
It has been.
Yeah, and if you're New Oxford, you say, well, Gettysburg hasn't done a whole lot against us either. We just got to avoid mistakes.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because they had a couple of things. Like I said, I remember the play, the fullback was open and fell down, and I think that's the drive.
The first drive when he was wide open, we just overthrew it.
So with the turnovers and just a couple plays here and there, that they look like they could have got big plays with. We'll see what strategy New Oxford comes out. Which direction, like Mark said, Gettysburg chooses in this third quarter.
Well, 14-0 DeLone. Josh Martin just sent that through. So I'm not really surprised. I saw York Catholic against Biggerville. They have some weapons, but I mean, they didn't look electrifying. Let's just put it that way.
I kind of been reading the box scores in the paper, and it sounds like York Catholic is pretty young too, because they mentioned they had a lot of underclassmen on the line and so forth. So DeLone sounds like they're just solid up and down. I don't think they've been overly challenged this year either in any of their games. So they must have a pretty good ball club.
Well, the World Series is going on too. We'll see if we can get you a score for that.
Are they playing at the home teams in the World Series?
I believe.
All the games are at in Texas, I think, where they're a bubble. There's a bubble, but they have off days built into the schedule, even though they're not going anywhere.
Okay, but they're playing in the same stadium.
Yeah.
As a bubble.
Yeah, I think they allow some fans in. I don't know. Wind is really kicking up now. Well, I guess Dodgers and Rays haven't started yet. We're still about 12 minutes away from first pitch. Well, what surprised either of you gentlemen about the first half? Anything from Gettysburg that surprised you?
I'm surprised when they were having success with number 4. They
continue to run it, keep running.
That they kind of went away from that, and they've kind of put him more in the slot and didn't really.
Or went to the fullback, and he was more like a Woody Hayes type of.
They lined up like in the power eye and went power. They got like 9 yards or something. I'm wondering why they keep coming back to that play and just run it different variations.
That's when they had the most success. Now, passing-wise, they just hit a couple flat passes, but New Oxford was right there, so they didn't get any big plays out of the passing game.
I think their only completion beyond 5 yards is that one at the end of the half.
Exactly.
So, and this would be huge if New Oxford, bless you, if New Oxford can go to 5-0, they'll control their destiny. Whether they're off next week or?
Well, technically, it will be interesting strategy that they're supposed to play West York, who's a division game, but what I don't understand, I guess because of the timeline with the playoffs, they're making their decisions after tonight's contest. So if New Oxford wins and is in the playoffs,
then they can't play West York next week.
Obviously, if they beat Gettysburg, then pretty much every other team in the conference would have 2 losses. So there's no way New Oxford couldn't win the conference.
Yeah. And
then I guess it would be up to coach. Does he want to play that game, or do you want to take a bye, heal up, and get ready for the playoffs on the following week? So it'll be interesting. We first got to get by Gettysburg, but if they do, then that would be the scenario.
And meanwhile, if Gettysburg somehow wins this game, then it's really crowded at the top. Bless you.
Yeah, it would be basically
2-team race.
Really, both Gettysburg and New Oxford both have to play West York. So, and I did watch the West York Kennerdale game too, because that was on last week, and Kennerdale just was roughshod over West York, as far as on the defensive side. So West York, I believe, plays York Suburban tonight.
You'd favor Suburban in that match.
So I would predict York Suburban to win that, and that would give them 2 losses. So that would just put it basically. I would imagine if Gettysburg did win the night, then both Gettysburg and the Colonials will be out of the playoff hunt. So they would both continue their season or whatever and finish up and then if neither one of them lost, they would be co-champions of the conference.
Well, it's all speculative at this point, and you don't play it on paper, you play it on the field, and we're just a few minutes away from the second half. DeLone 14-3, York Catholic got on the scoreboard, and Burm up 21-7.
I think that's got some playoff implications too. I think the winner of Burm and whatever are looking to get that 4th seed.
Isn't it Littlestown they're playing?
Yeah, I think they're both 3-2 and vying for that 4th position in that division of the playoffs in that division.
Well, yeah, sports fans, next week we have Bermudian and Biglerville, I guess contingent on how this all plays out playoff-wise. And then the next week right now on the schedule is West York at Gettysburg. So who knows if these games are going to take place. We'll just have to see how it plays out.
Well, Gettysburg fell after they lost last week. They went from 3 in playoff position to 10.
Yeah.
So they would have to jump a huge amounts of people. I mean, you'd have to have a lot of teams ahead of them lose this week in order to even jump that high. And with the Colonials being 3rd, I don't know what would be considered the worst loss. Gettysburg to York Suburban or New Oxford to Gettysburg. So I don't even know how all that points would shake out there.
Yeah, I have no idea. I guess that's why they have computers to figure it all out.
So,
all right.
New Oxford just has got to take the second half kickoff, move down the field, and if they basically put points on the board, especially a touchdown, then 2-score lead, and the way their defense is playing, then that certainly will put them in the driver's seat for sure.
And Gettysburg's not built to come from behind either.
And they proved that last week. Because it was what a 17-10 game last week.
They got within 18-16 or something. They got within a couple on the safety, and then York Suburban went right down the field and scored again. So
the difference from this game to the last game is York Suburban hit those big plays. I think they had like 4 big plays where, correct me if I'm wrong, they got 4 touchdowns out of it. So
that game was close for the first half.
It was 27-18 final, so I guess it was 2018.
Right.
Gettysburg got within 2018. Well, thanks to our sponsors for tonight's game, Kenny's Marketplace, your friendly neighborhood McDonald's, Ketterman Electric, C.E. Williams, France Plumbing, Mr. G's, R&S Service Center, WellSpan Sports Medicine, and State Farm agent Mike Ball, as both teams take the field for a minute or so to get loosened up. Now Gettysburg, they don't go to the locker room. I guess they're back there behind that. The food shack.
Yeah,
the Colonials are back over here behind the bleachers during halftime.
Yeah. I don't know if they get to go inside or not.
I think they do go in the locker room.
Okay.
And you got to think of, because based the way the playoffs is the higher seed gets to host the game.
Yeah.
And you get into colder territory. Are they going to make a team stand outside somewhere during halftime if it's 20 degrees or whatever?
If you want to work the home field advantage, that's what you do. Jeff Cook, along with Mark Warely, Mark Beans, and Mark Lookenbill. Mark my words, we're going to have an outstanding second half.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some big plays in the second half. Once again, the team that kind of hits those have put themselves in the driver's seat to win this game tonight.
All will soon be revealed. Happy All Hallows Eve to you all. You guys know what you're going to be for Halloween yet?
Myself.
Scary enough, isn't it?
I don't know. My family, my daughter has got our 1-year-old grandson, and it's going to be his first Halloween and so forth. So I think he's got some type of costume or whatever he'll be wearing.
All right. Well,
I don't even know if the New Oxford area is allowing trick-or-treat or not.
I think all the local areas are doing it the same night.
Are they?
I think it's Tuesday night. Well, Hanover and McSherrystown are both Tuesday night.
Yeah, which I don't understand. I've never understood that. I come from Eastern PA. Halloween was always on Halloween.
Yep.
And it's Gettysburg Borough. It is. So
I guess there's
what's
no
the advantage?
Halloween. There's no Halloween parade this year, is there?
No, there's nobody having a parade, but
Got rid of that.
why do you have trick or treat when it's not Halloween? Yeah. Are you trying to cut down on the mischief night that sometimes occurs? Maybe. That's the only thing that's plausible.
We live in a fairly big residential area, and at times when my kids were little doing trick or treat, it looked like there would be busloads of people that didn't even live in the neighborhood, come in and
making around.
It was like our neighborhood was targeted because it's a pretty big neighborhood, so I guess it was man, where all these people come from?
I would be surprised to see a little.
We'll get it.
A squibber.
Gettysburg really has nothing to lose tonight. I mean, with losing last week, they in my opinion, they can take more chances. It will be interesting with the Colonials, with everything on the line here of conference, playoffs, or whatever. How do they deal with the pressure?
Sure. Not to mention getting the Gettysburg 1-29 monkey off their back.
Absolutely. So it'll be. I hope Connor Beans. I think he's prepared. I think he can handle the pressure and. Well, hopefully the whole team will be ready to get this second half.
They don't have Ben Lease back. He's returned one for a touchdown already this year.
Well, I think Ben in practice Wednesday kind of
tweaked his knee
a little bit, and he's got a couple catches, and he's been playing defense, but usually he's even more of a factor on the offensive side, because he's gotten one game 3 touchdowns in the one game. So
a little disclaimer again, I do not have a son who played on the New Oxford football team, but these gentlemen to my left, Mark Lookabill's son, played last year, and Mark Beans is the quarterback for the Colonials. So they're trying to be objective, but I'll try to maintain the core of objectivity and maintain our journalistic integrity here as we get ready for the second half. It's pretty much the most exciting football in in maybe the 31 years we've been broadcasting. This biggest game right here. Wow.
Number 19.
Tone center, that's Shane Brockett. He's made touchdown-saving tackles throughout the season, but that was more of a message right here. And they start first.
If he doesn't tackle him, he's going a long way.
He plays like a heat-seeking missile.
He was. He grabbed it, and he. Let's see. New Oxford is going to have the win in the fourth quarter. So we'll see what they do in this third quarter here.
1st and 10 out of the gun from the 15-yard line. He throws it. Quick completion. Good for about 8 yards. Lease on the reception. Yeah. Call it 2nd and 2.
A lot more options on 2nd and 2 than.
Well, hopefully he worked on the bike or whatever to really loosen up, that leg, maybe put some heat on it so it would loosen up here the second half.
So Herring and Lease both to the near side. Beans looking this way.
He outruns him.
Down the sideline, finally bumped out of bounds. At least it looks like he was going to be tackled for maybe a gain of a couple yards, and somehow just sidestepped the would-be tackler.
Yeah, he threw on the brakes almost like you see in the Roadrunner when he kind of threw on the brakes there, and a guy went by him. Good throw by Connor Beans, because that's just an out, and it hit him right on it where he can just go run with the ball as soon as he touches it.
Yeah, it looked like Daniel Spangler was right there for the Warriors. 1st and 10. Out of a hole, they start at their own 15.
Got in there pretty nice throw.
Good for only a couple yards.
That's a tough throw, far side of the field, to your left.
He had a lineman coming at him, too.
Yeah, lineman in your face, so, hey, positive yards.
And Anthony Withrow on the reception, 2nd and 8. Yeah, Beans really has nice touch with the ball. And he's tall. He can see over the lineman. So, he and Brewer a lot in common. Brewer only a junior. I'm sure he's going to have some scouts knocking on his door. And that kid was a sophomore, the receiver, Kenny Johnson. Great catch by Lease. Used his hands. Great move after the catch. Into Warrior territory. Pennington with preventing further damage. 1st and 10.
I like the quick passing game.
Yep.
Gettysburg is kind of seems like they're playing a little bit off right now, and the guys are just going 4 yards, turning around, and boom. Yeah, and with that, because it's short passes, you don't have to worry about the wind as much. So I like what the Coach Warner is doing here with his calls in this second half.
We got very athletic receivers too, so they can make people miss.
Looking for some yak. Schaefer, good gain on 1st down.
Number 70 made a good play, because if he wasn't there, they're still going.
And Colonials starting to build their enthusiasm. They can sense it here. They can
I definitely sense a little bit more urgency on this drive. There's a little bit pop in their step.
2nd and 7. Double slot formation. Schaefer, the lone setback. Beans has time to throw. Incomplete.
That slant pass was there. He made the right read, and it looked like he got his head around a little late, but that slant pass was there.
Special thanks to R&S Service Center, 529 York Street, 334-2664. Quality auto repairs and inspection. Tires too. Check out the convenience store for some winning lottery tickets. They'll take good care of your car. They'll take good care of you. If I sound like a satisfied customer, it's because I am. Thanks to Steve, Joe, Chester, and all our friends at R&S Service Center. 3rd and 7. Colonials trying to keep their drive alive.
Oh, nice.
Great throw.
Beautiful.
Threaded the needle.
And that's going to be a first down.
And Herring having a big game here tonight. I'm not
right
keeping.
out of the break. That was nice.
And they had the blitz on, so they were pretty much in man. So, yeah, beautiful throw and catch. And move the chains, and, we're at the 34-yard line now.
Special thanks to Mr. G's. Thanks to Mike Glatfeller and all our friends there. 16 flavors of homemade ice cream. Check out the pumpkin ice cream flavor this fall. 3 receivers set to the far side, and they come back to the near side. And Herring with another reception, but the defense is staunch. Ruger Pennington leading the defensive charge.
I think the Colonials will take that, with 5 yards, because each time they hit those short ones, what's it set up?
The long one.
A little double move, and boom, you look to hit a deep one. So all that, usually Warner has a strategy involved in hitting these short ones, and then all of a sudden the double move is in there.
2nd and 6. Do anything here. He could run or pass.
Beans surveys the field,
going,
and he's looking deep for a man.
Sounds like the one.
Yep, he's got a beautiful throw. Beautiful throw.
Over the shoulder catch, a flag pattern, and Lease. Beautiful reception. What a grab by Lease. First and goal at the 1.
And once again, because all the short stuff, he kind of did like a little fake stop and go, and we hit him perfectly. Now let's see. Make sure we're set.
What the?
No,
Beans tries to sneak it in. I don't think he got in.
He's going to give it to him?
I don't think so.
Did he fumble?
Beans on a keeper.
Gettysburg thinks he fumbled the football.
And I think he's pointing that way like it's a first down. Oh, man.
I still haven't seen an official. I mean, the offenses and defenses must have been. Oh, my. Oh, my. All right, well, let me thank Mr.
Once
G.
again, I just don't know about the trick plays at that stage of the ball game. But
yeah, sometimes you trick yourself, right?
And I know it's a quarterback sneak, and one thing you do is you protect the ball. If you don't get in, you got 3 more downs.
Well, now the Warriors about the 1 foot line. Do they win? This is safety territory too. They give it to the fullback. Not much there. Maybe a yard. They're trying to wedge out a yard at a time. Well, special thanks.
And that's a big blow. I mean, you hope that New Oxford can hold them here.
Host the Colonials. No game.
Well, you hope that they can hold them here.
Yeah, like I said, you wonder kind of what happened on that quarterback sneak that ends up in a fumble.
I'm sure you'll get a complete blow-by-blow later tonight, right? 7:11 to go in the 3rd, and 2nd and 9 for Gettysburg in the shadow of their own end zone. Still safety territory. And the fullback, he's trying to get as close to the quarterback as possible. And
I heard a quick
somebody moved.
All right. So, Mr. G's, check out the Life is Good line of apparel, the official official ice cream of high school sports, thanks to Mike Glatfeller, all our friends at Mr. G's. And Franz Plumbing, serving Adams County since 1974. For all your residential and commercial plumbing needs, replacement of heating and cooling system, water softeners, and sewer water replacement, call 334-3424. Well, half the distance to the goal line that was about a 1-inch penalty.
Yep.
But, when you're keeping stats, it goes as, a yard penalty. You can't have a 0 yard. Can you have a 0 penalty? Not really. Then it wouldn't be a penalty. 2nd and goal and 10 from just inside the 1. Wow. Pennington.
Did he get out?
I'm not sure.
He barely got out.
He got out by
barely.
Part of a football, the nose of the football.
How do you spot that if you're
I mean, you got to have the whole ball out of the. I mean, it was so close.
Right.
There's been no indication of a safety.
The one ref's marking it past the line. New Oxford has just got to be careful that they don't bite on anything. you know, because he does got the win. So if I'm the coaches, I'm saying watch for releases, watch for play action. Let's not give up anything big here.
And don't jump.
Well, I mean, if you're Gettysburg, you almost want to try to, if nothing more, wedge out a couple of yards to make it easier to punt.
Jump, so you get an extra 5 yards to
yeah, hard count. Well,
will Gettysburg? What kind of call will they have? Oh, beautiful play by the backer that came up there.
And that's about all they did that time. They go to the fullback again, and he got maybe a yard to Jeremiah Scott.
Well, let's hope that New Oxford puts somebody back this time. You know.
All right.
Well, see, it doesn't do us any good to put somebody back if you don't catch the ball, though.
Yeah.
You're just gonna let the ball roll.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get in the stat sheet by downing a punt.
Because
I mean, this is the perfect time to catch one because they're going to prevent the block.
Right. And if we can.
Safety!
Yep. And New Oxford's going to get the ball back.
The result is safety.
5-0.
Baseball score.
Well, actually, it's probably good for the 2 versus 7.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're still down a score as opposed to like getting leather on and have New Oxford be covered in the end zone for a touchdown. Well, let me thank C.E. Williams, a 4th-generation business that's been serving Adams County since 1943. They do residential, commercial paving, patching and sealing, pavers and excavators extraordinaire. Thanks to Jim Williams, Jason Williams, all our friends. 334-5511, C.E. Williams. And CS Electric, thank you for support. State Farm Agent Mike Ball, Insurance and Financial Services on Baltimore Pike south of Gettysburg, 334-4908. Remember, it's not just a car, it's the car you worked overtime for, so your kid could drive himself to football practice. State Farm Agent Mike Ball understands that your car and home are things you really work hard for, so give them the protection they deserve. State Farm Agent Mike Ball, he's on the ball. He's got all your bases covered. Home, business, auto, life. Call today, 334-4908. So Parr is teeing it up. You have your choice, punt it or tee it up. And
he's kicking with the wind.
Yeah.
But if New Oxford can get a pretty good thing, they can get really good field position.
Herring, good return out to the 45. So about a 25-yard return for Connor Herring, and New Oxford with a 5-0 lead and under 5 to play here in the 3rd quarter. You're watching high school football on Community Media Sports. Special thanks to all our sponsors tonight, and special thanks to Jeff and Jana Capito for visiting us here in the area and bringing your lovely daughter Leanna to marry your son Chad tomorrow. We appreciate you so much. 1st and 10, Colonials trying to seal the deal. A touchdown drive here would be huge, especially with getting the win in the second half. Play action, Beans might have room.
He could have ran that.
Incomplete.
Yeah. He had room to run. I couldn't tell if it hit him in the breadbasket. He just dropped it.
I think it was a little short. Incomplete. It seemed like when he threw it, didn't look quite.
Yeah, our view was shielded. We didn't have another camera over there.
Let's see if New Oxford stays aggressive like they were on the last drive. And because they moved it all the way to the 1 and then made that critical mistake.
3rd turnover of the night, but they're still in control here, 5-0. They've been able to overcome it all. Well thrown out there to Withrow. Withrow's still on his feet. Finally tackled inside the 30 at about the 29. Good for 26 yards.
Yeah, Anthony Withrow, he's a senior as well, and he got spot duty last year. So an excellent run after the catch there.
Special thanks to WellSpan Sports Medicine, and they wish both teams a successful season as the official healthcare. Incomplete.
He looked like he might have caught that.
No, they're bringing it back.
I think that was a little low, and I didn't know if that's because of defenders or.
Well, let's thank WellSpan Sports Medicine, the official provider for student athletes. Help them stay in the game. They do the same for the fans, too. Help you meet your health goals on and off the field. Don't let orthopedic pain keep you on the sideline. Go online, wellspan.org. Thanks to Schollmeyer's, Bethany Richardson, all our friends at WellSpan Sports Medicine. 2nd and 10. Beans to throw. Lease. Good defense. He stretches out near the 25, but Wilson has had a stellar defensive effort. Made the open field tackle.
I think we're in 2-down territory. It's 3rd and 7. So once again, I don't think we're going to kick in this direction. So you got 7 yards. So be smart in this call. Yeah.
And special thanks to Ketterman Electric, serving the area since 1995. For all your electrical needs, call 677-0066. Proud to support high school football. It's Ketterman Electric. Biglerville Road between Gettysburg and Biglerville.
Oh, knocked it down.
Batted down at the line. It looks like.
Pass is batted down, incomplete. They'll bring up 4th down.
Looked like Frankie Richardson might have made that deflection, and so, well.
And that's the thing with quick throws. Your linemen got to go low to keep them linemen's hands down so you can get them over it.
Tell you what, that hitch and go would look good right now.
Yeah, even at the highest level, Wentz had at least 2 passes knocked down by the defensive lineman. They're taught, if you can't get to the quarterback, put your hands in the air and try to deflect the pass.
I like here, going one way and coming back with a slant pass or whatever, moving that free safety, which he's moved out of the middle of the field now.
Coming with the blitz.
Beans.
Oh, steps into it.
Oh, he's open. He got it.
Oh, he had it. Guy took it from him. Interception.
Oh, how could we not catch that?
Great position.
It's intercepted by number 11, Gunnar Wilson.
His second pick of the night. He's having a game for the ages.
Take over 1st and 10.
And he closed the deal. The ball, it looked like it was going to. The ball was well thrown, and Wilson had time because it was a long pass. He had time to get in on the action and break it free. Great play.
Definitely a great play. You looked like the Colonial was going to come down with it with the touchdown, and like you said, Gettysburg just he ripped it out of his hand.
Well, the Warriors 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 4th turnover of the night. Quick hitter. Not much room there for Jeremiah Scott.
Scott, the ball carrier.
But yeah. What happened to Ruger Pennington? He hasn't. They have. I mean, a couple times I guess when they're at their 1 foot line, but they're not giving. I mean, great job by the defense of New Oxford, really keying on him and not giving him any running lanes.
You wonder if anything flared up, from last week or whatever. But he's out there on the field and he's in the backfield right now. So.
Well, here's Wilson. Flank to the near side. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. 5-0 New Oxford.
Oh,
deflected.
Did he catch it?
No. Kind of a volleyball spike.
Oh, yeah. And I think it was brother to brother. Wouldn't that have been interesting? The one brother knocks it down, the other one catches it.
No strip sack, just a deflection.
Gosh, I think Forbes did that one.
Thank you to your friendly neighborhood McDonald's. Locations at Littlestown, New Oxford, across Keys, York Street and Steinway Avenue in Gettysburg, and Carlisle Street, Baltimore Street, and Eisenhower Drive in Hanover. As Emmett Patterson, proprietor, says, success is not built on wishes, but hard work, risks, sweat, tears, and sacrifice. They pitch it.
Holding it on the end.
Oh, what a play. Who is that?
Landon McGee.
Number 42. That's one of the brothers. That's Britton Aikens.
Aikens, yeah.
He showed some speed there.
Yeah, he closed fast.
Landon McGee not able to turn the corner.
McGee was the ball carrier. Tackle is made by number 42.
Well, McDonald's is looking for a few smiling faces for its staff. How would you like to receive a $2,500 scholarship for just working an average of 15 hours a week? Build your schedule with a store manager. Learn important job skills while getting paid.
Oh.
And Gettysburg punts it away.
That cost us.
And it rolls out at the 32-yard line. Go online to McHire.com and follow directions to apply for a great part-time job. See you under the arches at McDonald's. And special thanks to Kenny's Marketplace, stores to serve you in Spring Grove, Tawnytown, Littlestown, Biglerville, and Gettysburg. Don't forget your preferred customer card. It's your passport to a world of savings. Specials every Friday. 100% employee-owned. Fresh food, friendly folks. You'll find them all at Kenny's, serving their local communities with excellence since 1958. A salute to frontline workers, our good friends Jeremy Schultz, and all the good folks at Kenny's Market.
You know, when the punter drops the ball like that, he's fair game. You don't have to worry about roughing him or anything. You could have went full blast at him.
Well, let's see what Connor Beans' confidence is. He's thrown some great balls, so hopefully he just.
Whoa.
Lease again with great running after the catch. What a sure-handed receiver, and he's got some moves.
And that's what you got to do as the quarterback. You got to forget about the negative plays and move on to the next drive.
And the short passing attack, they get it out of their hands quickly, little darts, and their ability to make defenders miss, very effective for the Colonials. I don't know how much passing yardage he has. He's probably over 200 yards now. If I were keeping stats, I'd be able to tell you.
I'm surprised Gettysburg don't try to mix it up and go zone a little bit. They've been playing man-to-man the whole.
Yeah, I think when you go four wide, and here, look at the middle of the field is wide open.
Beans airs it out.
Ooh.
At least got his hands on it, but I don't think he would have been in bounds anyway.
Yeah, real good coverage. Good coverage. It would have had to be even more of a perfect throw to get that one.
For number 11, Benjamin Lees.
But see, that was more tougher. I kind of would have seen the post because they had no one in the middle of the field, and everyone is 10 yards off the receivers. I kind of like using the middle of the field when they leave no one in the middle of the field.
They've been playing man free.
A minute 39 to go in the quarter. Beans, two receivers over there, and Lease makes the catch.
I think that was Connor Herring. Yep, Connor Herring made the catch. Number 13 again.
Third and manageable, 3rd and 5.
Yep.
Herring's had a big, both Lease and Herring, they got, about at least 5 receptions apiece. I don't know how many they've got.
Yeah, they were both in the top 5 in the division of receptions. I think the Johnson kid from York Suburban was number 1.
And he's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of talent.
Yeah. And he made 2 picks on defense, too, against Gettysburg. 3rd and 5, big down for both teams here. 2 receivers set to either side. Schaefer's the running back. He stays in for protection.
Oh, he got it.
Oh,
somehow they got it to the outside.
Oh, it looked like a face mask.
Withrow again.
There was a lot of crowd over there. Almost like they had receivers in the same area.
And so you got Withrow's having a big game tonight too. I mean, really, Beans really spreading it around.
He went for the pick. Tried to jump front.
Yeah, good catch because it was definitely traffic there, and he's showing once again. Yeah, you mentioned it, the yards after the catch. So I think if we start adding that up, that's helping the Colonials big time here.
Yeah, we don't have that statistical capability, but it's impressive, no doubt about it. 5-0 to score. Colonials trying to make it a 2-possession game. They fake the jet sweep, go off the interior to Hunter Schaefer. He's had kind of a difficult night. There has been they've got great pass protection, but the run blocking.
Yeah, they've hit the fullback up the middle a couple times, and that's what they tried to do there with Dylan Ford.
That's right. Okay.
And Gettysburg was very, they were stout on that play and very disciplined. So they didn't take that outside fake on the inside counter type.
Well, they could let the clock run out here and get the win for the 4th quarter. So
yeah, looks like they might try to
get the play
I don't know what the rush is either. If I'm the coach, I'm just telling them.
Maybe they won't.
Get it off in time. He wants it all. Going for Lease.
Oh,
it got a hand on it. Incomplete. Ghastly with excellent coverage once again.
Well thrown ball, but well defense. It looked like he got his hand up right in between. But once again, you think about that. Would that be a different throw with the win? You know what I mean?
Lead him more, right?
Yeah.
Instead of having to wait on it.
Well, special thanks to our sponsors for tonight's game. Thanks to Now's Foods, Alicia Reese, Kim Killen for all your support earlier in the season, TS Electric and Tim Stefanin as well. And Jerry Statler and Statler's Upholstery. Special thanks to RNS Service Center, York Street in Gettysburg, 334-2664. Quality auto repairs and inspection, tires too. Check out some lottery tickets at the convenience store. They'll take good care of your car. They'll take good care of you. Special thanks to Steve, Joe, and Chester, all our friends at RNS Service Center. Bermudian up over Littlestown now, 21-13. Biglerville and Hanover are tied 14-all. Special thanks to Josh Martin, sports editor of the Gettysburg Times, for feeding us these scores. And speaking of feeding, check out Mr. G's, the official ice cream of high school sports. 16 flavors of homemade ice cream. The special flavor this fall, pumpkin. Check out the many great ideas and the Life is Good line of apparel at the gift shop. Thanks to Mike Gladfelder and all our friends at Mr. G's. And special thanks to Franz Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 334-3424, serving Adams County since 1974. Residential and commercial plumbing, replacement of heating and cooling system, water softeners, sewer water replacements. Thank you, Franz Plumbing.
They get 4th and 3. They might try and kick another field.
3rd and 10. They fake the jet sweep, and there's Shane Brockett again on the tackle.
Not sure what the design of that one.
Withrow with another catch, but if that is Withrow.
That was number 3.
Okay.
Number 3, Josh
Bethis, I think that's his first catch of the night. And Brockett with a closing speed.
He kept everything short. With those pump fakes, that's where I would have thought a double move or something or whatever, because they went 5 wide. So you almost have to play man in a 5 wide situation.
Special thanks to C.E. Williams,
down.
a 4th generation business that's been serving Adams County since 1943. They do residential, commercial, paving, patching, and sealing. 4th and 8.
Yeah, they didn't have time to get lined up.
Yeah, you don't want to, with the 4th down, you don't want to take the risk of, you can definitely tell they were not organized. So better to use a timeout, chance to get the first down and get the points you need here. 'Cause this is a critical play. You get the first down here, you set yourself up to take some time off as well, get points.
Well, back to C.E. Williams. They are pavers and excavators extraordinaire. Thanks, Jason Williams. Thanks, Jim Williams. 334-5511. And special thanks to State Farm agent Mike Ball, Insurance and Financial Services on Baltimore Pike, south of Gettysburg. It's not just a car, it's the car you worked overtime for so your kid could drive himself to football practice. State Farm agent Mike Ball understands that your car and home are things you work really hard for, so give them the protection they deserve. Call State Farm agent Mike Ball today. Mike Ball, he's on the ball. He's got all your bases covered, home, business, auto, life. Call today, 334-4908. 4th and 8, maybe the biggest play of the game coming up right here. Coach Warner's had his say. DeLone up 21-3 on a Niederer touchdown run. Thank you, Josh Martin.
Well, as you hear, you got the middle of the field open.
And not a safety in sight. Let's see where he goes. He airs it out. He's got 2 defenders.
Oh! Fingertips.
Lease had it in both hands for a split second and just couldn't reel it in. Double covered. So Scott and Gasly on the coverage.
I like him going for it, but I still like it better to go after the first down,
Yeah.
I tell you what, he's disappointed. He knows, he feels like I should have had that.
No, this might be the most important drive of the Warriors season right here. They take over at their own 25, 1st and 10.
Going to go straight ahead run.
Out of the eye, and they do go to, oh, wow. Pennington somehow got 2.5 yards where he should have lost that amount.
Yep. That was number 42 who's in the backfield again.
The Aiken brother.
He's just a sophomore. He's
still growing.
Still growing, still a sophomore.
His must be pretty good strength to him, even though he's only 5'8", 157, I think he's.
No, actually he's 6'1".
Well, I'm not
you're
talking
about Pennington.
Yeah.
Ruger Pennington.
I mean,
2nd and 7.
He's working a lot of tackles.
3 tough yards. Yeah, he keeps the legs churning. Quick hitter to the fullback, Scott. Jeremiah Scott moves the chains.
That's probably the first down.
Yeah.
In a while, yeah, for sure. Well, special thanks to WellSpan Sports Medicine. They wish both teams a successful season, and as the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of student athletes, they help them stay in the game, and they do the same for the fans too. Help them meet their health goals on and off the field. Don't let orthopedic pain keep you on the sideline. Learn more at wellspan.org. 1st and 10 Warriors. Second man through is, well, they keep
They
it to
gotta
Scott. Jeremiah Scott still on his feet, and
Yeah,
13 tough yards.
I agree with Mark there. We're making contact for, should have been like a 2-yard gain, but we've got to grab and put these guys on the ground.
First and 10, Warriors.
And another Warrior first down.
And that, when you look back of all the opportunities New Oxford's had,
Yep.
and it's 5-0, they were down on the 1-yard line, you know, so you just hope will that come back to bite them.
First and 10, Warriors with consecutive first downs for the first time in quite a while. Offset I formation. They go again to Scott, running hard for another 3-4 yards. The kind of run that Woody Hayes would love. You guys, you know that name, right? Some of our younger viewers might say, Dad, who's Woody Hayes? 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Well, during the day, him and Bo Schemblecker, I think it was for Michigan, and the Big Ten, knowing, of course, the Big Ten, they start their season tomorrow.
Tonight, I think the team might be playing tonight. 9 minutes to go in the game.
2nd and 7.
In regulation in
Like
this
they're
game.
gonna start pounding it, see if they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pennington. Well, yeah, that's what you need. 3 or 4 yards a carry.
All right.
Oh, look out! This might be coming back.
Colonials were clapping there, like.
This
The flag on the play.
a critical call here.
Oh, Ketterman Electric's been serving Adams County since
Gettysburg.
1995.
I don't know if they're back.
For all your electrical needs, call 677-0066. Proud to support high school football thanks to Guy Ketterman, Sue, Eric, and everyone at Ketterman Electric on Biglerville Road between Gettysburg and Biglerville. We thank you for your support all season.
You gotta wonder what they're talking about. Why does it take so long to?
A powwow.
Gettysburg look like they're walking backwards.
Unless it's an unsportsmanlike where you gotta note it so that if you get another one, they get kicked out. That would. I think that's the high school rule.
Are they picking it up?
No, I think they're keeping track of who did it.
Okay. He's kicked out of the game, it says. He gave the old
Oh
thumb.
wow, yeah.
Gave the old thumb. I'm not sure what happened
Oh,
there.
it was Pennington.
Oh. That changes the game changer with their running back.
Wow.
I mean, when you get the unsportsmanlike and you get kicked out the first time, and that usually it's a punch or something where, you know, it's an automatic call from the official.
Oh, and they just got one on the coaches. Another 15 yards on the coaches.
That's changing the whole.
Shades of the York game last year, York High. Remember that game?
Yeah, but we turned around and gave it
Couple
right
penalty
back to them.
but they went against the Colonials. Now it goes the other way. There's Rooker Pennington, the long walk to exile. I don't know where he has to go. That's the second ejection the Warriors have had this season, so that's certainly a concern. And what is this, like 30 yards of penalties? So it's second and about 20, 35 yards.
I just hope now if the Colonials can capitalize on this mistake.
Yeah.
You know, that's been missed opportunities this tonight.
Wow, talk about a game changer.
It is a game.
You know,
They were
just where it
driving.
looks, yeah, it looked like when they were just starting to get it together.
Not only the yardage, but you lose your best running back.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then now you can tell the frustration on the Gettysburg side with the coaches, because I believe the second was on to the coaching staff over there. So
8:45 to go.
We'll try a quick pass here to.
Play action.
Baddock airs it out behind Gasly, the intended receiver. Well, you know, you don't want to go for it all at once. That was a good call, but thrown behind the receiver.
Now kicking into the wind. If we can field a punt here, we can get in great field position.
And he says we. I have to give that disclaimer again.
Colonial fans here.
If New Oxford can field that punt.
All right, well.
Then they should get good field.
Well, see, I think they're back too far.
Zach Parr gets it away, end over end kick.
Oh, he's afraid.
They let it bounce, and now they fielded at the 39. So that
he did, because that was going to continue the wrong way.
Yeah, into the wind. Well, special thanks to your friendly neighborhood McDonald's locations at Littlestown, New Oxford at Cross Keys, York Street and Steimer Avenue in Gettysburg, and Carlisle Street, Baltimore Street, and Eisenhower Drive in Hanover. Remember, as Emmett Patterson said, success is not built on wishes, but hard work, risk, sweat, tears, and sacrifice. McDonald's is looking for a few smiling faces for its staff. How would you like to receive a $2,500 scholarship for just working an average of 15 hours a week? Build your schedule with a store manager, learn important job skills while getting paid. Go online to mchire.com and follow the directions to apply for a great part-time job. See you under the arches at McDonald's. And special thanks to Kenny's Marketplace, my favorite place to shop. Stores to serve you in Spring Grove, Tawnytown, Littlestown, Biglerville, and Gettysburg. Don't forget your preferred customer card, your passport to a world of savings. Specials every Friday, 100% employee owned. Fresh food, friendly folks. You'll find them all at Kenny's, serving their local communities with excellence since 1958. Special thanks to Jeremy Schultz, and a salute to all the frontline workers at Kenny's Marketplace. Now, this is going to go against New Oxford, so somebody's got to, the cooler heads have to prevail out here.
And that's
is this a makeup call?
Terrible time to get a penalty for New Oxford when you're kicking into the wind. They still get the ball.
Sure what that play was.
Yeah, I mean,
what that call
was that a legal receiver down?
No, 15 yards.
There had to be some type of personal foul.
Yeah, for 15-yarders. That's yeah.
Was it roughing the kicker?
I didn't see it, but so now they start at their own 25. 1st and 10, Colonials. Good gain on 1st down. Is that Forbes?
That was Hunter Schaefer.
Schaefer with maybe his best run of the night.
Forbes led the way, block.
It looked like they moved a little early.
Forbes was leaning, I think. On the
2nd and 4 with 8 and change to go in the game. 5-0. New Oxford clinging to a lead. First place and maybe the playoffs at stake.
Yeah, if New Oxford can get to the drive, take time off the clock, then they can put
a score on. I think they'll put it away.
Leeson Herring in a slot to the near side. They go to Schaefer again. This time he's met hard. Frankie Richardson with the initial stop.
They're line just daring the Colonials to throw the ball, the way it looks. They're bringing everybody.
I think the Colonials are going to have to throw it here. You don't want to keep giving Gettysburg more opportunity. I think you want to give your best play here and your best, and you got the win with you.
Now here's a question: when the kid gets ejected, do they have to sit out the next game?
Yes,
they do.
In high school, yeah.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, it should be that way, really.
For the whole game.
Just
whole game. If you're kicked out,
you missed the whole game.
Thing, you're out for next week. And one of the coaches could be out next week.
Yeah. Who knows if the leg disciplines or whatever. Oh, nice great catch.
But they didn't get it.
Looks like a yard short. But what a great acrobatic reception. Herring, he's had a monster game.
You got to punt it.
You got to punt it. You got to punt it here. Don't let hubris get in your way of good thinking.
Got to punt it.
And they will. I mean, Coach Warner's a pretty good tactician, too, from what I've seen. I mean, he had that interim tag. I mean, I'm sure everybody in New Oxford said, why did we just hire him when we had him then? He's been tremendous.
You guys got to get lined up. 8 seconds left.
Three seconds, gets it away.
That's a pretty good punt. If he doesn't catch it, it could roll. Oh,
bounced the wrong way. We still got pretty good field position.
38-yard line with 6:15 to go and a season on the line for the Warriors with their best running back ejected.
For the Warriors will take over 1st and 10.
Special thanks to our sponsors for tonight's game: Kenny's Market, McDonald's, Kellerman Electric, C.E. Williams, Franz Plumbing, Mr. G's Ice Cream, R&S Service Center, Wellspan Sports Medicine, and State Farm agent Mike Ball. 1st and 10 Warriors. So Landon McGee out there.
Can Colonials stay?
I think they got to put something on the board this drive here. They
give it to Landon McGee. Off the left side, good gain, got about 6 yards, showing some speed to the edge.
Yeah, he looks like he's their speed back for sure.
McGee, the ball carrier. Tackle was made by LaDainian Williams. Gain of 7. Second down.
McGee is a junior, 5'7", 141, so not big of stature, but got some quickness. 2nd and 3. He's going to have a real opportunity here to show what he can do in a clutch situation.
I think he's got the first down.
Scott straight ahead, very close. And he does have it, so they pick it up. And if you're a New Oxford fan, you're nervous right now.
You are.
I mean, you never really felt like you had control of this game, even with a 5-0 lead.
And that's just because they've had so many critical plays. It looks like they were putting points on the board and basically just come up short with the turnovers, basically.
Yeah, I mean, almost hit a couple of bombs and.
Like an interception on the goal line.
Yeah,
fumble in the goal line.
Yeah, right. Yeah, fumble in the end, or interception in the end zone. McGee again. McGee dives forward for 7 yards.
Yep,
I mean, he almost got to the edge.
Yep, he was close to getting to the edge.
And they're saying, no, you're in there. You're showing us enough right now. Don't be looking at the sideline.
Yep.
Until something else happens, you're the guy right now. I mean, just based on those 2 runs.
I think they're going to just keep doing him and then coming back with the fullback. And
yeah, 4.5 to go. Gut check time for both teams. This is exciting right here. It's coming down to this.
Well, if they do a motion, then they usually run that little waggle pass or something.
They go to Scott. Not that time.
I don't know.
He's going to be short. It's going to be 3rd down.
He got maybe a half a yard. So great job by the interior defense. They've been staunch. I mean, they shut Gettysburg out. I don't know when the last time Gettysburg was shut out, but it's probably been quite a while.
4 minutes left now.
Yeah, New
That's true.
Oxford's defense has only been giving up 8 points a game.
Well, this is 4-down territory here, no doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, no question. No question.
Obviously, Gettysburg they don't appear to be in any rush or hurry because got 15 seconds on the play clock.
I'm giving the ball to number 40. He probably a pitch. Or no, he'll hand it off coming this way.
He got close, but it's going to be like 4th and a yard and a half.
Big play coming up. Almost 3 minutes left.
Going to come right down to this. This is it right here. Gettysburg doesn't convert. New Oxford can pretty much run out the clock. The Warriors still have 3 timeouts left, but they don't have quick strike capability.
Well, I think 40, if he gets in the open, he's going to be gone.
You got to be thinking about the fullback here for a yard and just say, hey, lineman, you want to win this game. We need it right here. We'll see.
Pitch.
He's got it.
They got it. He got about 4 yards. 1st and 10 at the 40. Clock running. 2:34, 2:32, and counting.
Is Gettysburg on this series going to do a play action and try to get some chunk yardage, or are they going to try to just
that would be a good
drive
play,
it down?
I think that's the last thing they want to do is put it in the air unless they absolutely have to.
Tell you what, then they might run out of time if you don't.
Yeah, so. Unless they get some big chunk plays, I think they will.
Well, after this play, I want to give a shout out to community media and the Giving Spree. Counting down near 2 minutes. I formation.
Pass.
Play action.
Oh,
wow.
They had a chance.
Yes, it was triple covered.
They had a chance.
I see what you mean, Jeff.
Well, listen, if you enjoyed this and other community media programming, consider supporting us during this year's Giving Spree. The Adams County Community Foundation's annual Giving Spree, coming up on November 5th, will allow your donation to go farther with their giving stretch pool. Over 90 area nonprofits are participating this year. More information available at accfgivingspree.org. 2nd and 10, a minute 57. Special thanks to Mark Warely, and Gettysburg's going to. New Oxford uses a timeout. Well, they want to be on the same page defensively.
I think they're going to talk about the play action, where they want to be, because unless they give up a chunk play, Gettysburg will run out of time. You know, I mean, we're 2nd down and 10. If they run it and they only get 3 or 4 yards, you know,
or else they're going to get in hurry-up
Well, watch
mode.
it, like, don't get caught peeking in the backfield.
Exactly.
Look out for the halfback pass.
Read your keys, you know, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, as much as they run the ball, halfback pass wouldn't be a bad play for them to try.
Senior football parents, at the conclusion of tonight's game, would you please go to the track and meet with Mrs. Herring? Again, senior football parents, at the conclusion of tonight's game, please go to the track to meet with Mrs. Herring.
All right, here we go.
2nd and 10. Cross batted on the Colonials 30.
Oh, what a play! Number 42 again.
Little Aiken.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he's been crashing hard all night.
And he loses 3 yards. It's 3rd and 13.
Not only that, they're huddling up. I mean, that's.
I'll tell you, after that play, Landon McGee is aching. He hit him hard in the backfield.
There's like no sense of urgency. Like a minute 30 left.
Yeah.
3rd and 13. They should be hustling to get a playoff.
They still have 3 timeouts left. They don't do you any good when there's all zeros on the clock. Slot to the near side. Low snap. Baddock. Still on his feet.
Oh, he had room. He had room.
So it's going to be about a 4th down, and about 4.5 yards. And you better call a timeout here, you know, to figure out what you're going to do on a 4th and 4. And they do. A minute 2 to go.
Well, this next play is the game. Either it's not the game per se, but if Gettysburg doesn't get the first down, basically it's over. Yeah, you know, so Getty obviously can get the first down and extend it, but if Colonials hold them here, then pretty much this game is over.
Right. I mean, great, kind of caught the Colonials a little off guard. Great decision by Baddock to take what he could. He ended up getting about 8 yards.
I think that might have been a design run.
Yeah, it almost looked like, what, a quarterback draw or good call.
I think they should look for that again.
You got to throw the ball here. You can't expect to pick up 4.5 yards the way the Colonials have been playing run defense tonight.
I kind of agree with you there. I mean, it's easy to say you run it and then you get stopped. It's like you get at least the pass generally gives you an opportunity to pick up the yardage you need.
Or maybe play action, you know, just to keep everybody at home.
4th and 5.
Here's the game right here. 4th down, 5 yards to go.
It's going to be the same kind of play, I think.
Play action, Baddock. Complete. Oh! He would not have had it anyway. He was short of the marker. You got to get beyond the marker if you're a receiver.
Tell you what, Peyton Mathis, as soon as he saw Bang, he sprinted to the underneath that guy or whatever.
So the Colonials take over.
Do you go under center here with no snaps, no nothing? Yeah, because they got 2 timeouts, so.
Yeah, they theoretically could take a knee on and run it out, so.
Yeah, I think you have to run a play to run some time off.
Right.
You just can't take a knee.
No, not here, not with almost a minute.
And then, obviously, 3rd and.
Or he does one of those where he take a step back or 2 and then take a knee.
So, for the first time since 1981, the stage is set. New Oxford poised to pull it off and defeat Gettysburg.
Stay in bounds. Don't run out.
I don't know if I would have ran that play when I'm pitching and so forth.
No way.
I'm
way.
going strictly
On a windy night?
I'm going strictly handoff.
It was a short pitch, admittedly, but.
It'll be 2nd and 10, 50 seconds left.
On the play. The Warriors will use their 2nd charge timeout of the half.
So they have 1 more to go.
Okay, let's play it out. You got the next play. It's going to take it down to the 40 seconds, and Gettysburg will be able to call a timeout. So we'll bring up a 3rd down So even if they don't get the first down, then they're going to drain the clock all the way down before you would have to punt it. And then if you have to punt it, which looks like you would, that's the only thing that hurt you is a block punt.
Oh, I just want to thank our sponsors one more time. Kenny's Marketplace, your friendly neighborhood McDonald's, Ketterman Electric, C.E. Williams, Franz Plumbing, Mr. G's Ice Cream, R&S Service Center, WellSpan Sports Medicine, at State Farm Agent Mike Ball. Just throw it out of bounds. You know, we appreciate your support. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for helping us out here tonight.
Well, thanks for having me.
And good luck to the Colonials for the rest of the way, barring some miracle.
To be honest with you.
I'm sorry, Mark.
It's nice to see a game in person.
Yeah, really, exactly.
Okay, you got
a couple of yards.
How many seconds between plays in
5
high school?
Each one.
But what's the
40-second clock?
25 seconds. Right?
That's after the timeout. It's 40 seconds on the clock.
So you take a penalty before you punt.
Well, I wouldn't even.
Well, right now, I think you run a regular play.
Yep.
And if you get it under 40 seconds, the game is going to be over, right? Or even let's say you got 5 second and fourth down, just throw it deep down the sideline and the clock will run out. But I definitely would not punt. I would not give them any opportunity where you could block a punt or whatever.
He could theoretically just throw back and just throw a pass out of bounds.
watching a Michigan game, and that's what the situation was. And I can't remember what team.
And they fumbled it.
they came in, fumbled it, and blocked the punt, and Michigan lost with 10 seconds left to go.
So you wait till there are all zeros on the clock before you start celebrating.
He's gonna go down. Oh, that's gonna seal it.
Hunter Schaefer seals the deal after being bottled up all night. He found an alley to his liking.
Well, Gettysburg was packed in there, and once again, like Jeff said, he found an alley, hit it, got the first down, and we should be in kneel-down mode right now. We're in kneel-down mode.
Actually, they don't even have to run well, they got to run one play.
So New Oxford moves to 5-0. Gettysburg season pretty much crashes at 3-2.
Unbelievable for the Colonials. I know I'm a little biased, but congratulations to the Colonials.
Well, next week we'll be at Biglerville for Bermudian Biglerville. That's a big rivalry game. Mark Whaley and I will be there. So, yeah, thanks, gentlemen, for joining us. Appreciate all your insights. Mark, Look, and Bill,
we called
keys to the contest here tonight.
It's just that
the passing game,
advantage of those opportunities when they had them, and they were fortunate to come out on the winning end of this one.
Yeah, but just the ability to execute with the passing game, I think that's what set these two teams apart. Mark Beans, perfect segue to add to that, if you like. Your son played pretty well. You have to be proud.
He played pretty well. It's going to show in the box score 2 interceptions, but one was taken away from the receiver in the end. First one was deserving, but I think he kept the team moving. We ended up getting the points when we were down at the 1 yard line from a safety instead of a touchdown. But hey, congratulations to Oxford, like you said, first time in how many years they've been Gettysburg?
39 years.
Congratulations to you. Have a good time tomorrow.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much, Mark and Mark. And so for Mark Whaley, I'm Jeff Cook. The final from New Oxford. The Colonials defeat the Gettysburg Warriors 5-0. See you next week, sports fans. Good night.
Please go to the track to meet with Mrs. Herring. Again, congratulations, Colonials. YAIA Division II champions.
All right, thanks, Mark. Yes, sir.